So obviously a running discussion with Kansas has been whether or not Jalen Daniels is healthy. How has it been preparing for possibly two quarterbacks, and can you kind of talk about the difference between those two?
I mean, we've tried to you have what you have on film, and obviously playing against them a year ago and the odd teams, those kind of things. So I don't notice, tons of difference. I'm sure they could tell you some of that, but we've tried to prepare. They make you defend all 11 guys. They still run the quarterback. It's 11-man football when you play them. And they've got talented people at wideout and tailback. And I think this offensive line's been here since forever, seems like. So very talented group, well coached, a lot of difficult stuff scheme-wise, and so we've got our hands full.
What's the approach in working to limit a quarterback that can make a play, on the ground with their legs?
Yeah, I think, it's a lot of work, to be honest. But I think we've had, I think the last few weeks, at Cincinnati, quarterback, even last week with Chapin and those guys, I mean, they have the ability to get out and go the distance. I think, this guy, runs 10 300 meters, and, it's, he got away out in the Oklahoma game, went like crazy. So very tall task, but you try to do it the same kind of as you have to this point, and everybody understands it's kind of a heightened alert when those kind of guys are back there. But he's making throws down the field too. I mean, you gotta find ways to try to get to him, and you got to cover guys, on the deep ball because he's really good at it.
John, I think the last couple of times you've been in here, we've asked you about giving up more big plays, some missed tackles, and it seems like the last few weeks that's largely been mitigated or gone away. What have you seen from this group that's allowed them to fix mistakes as the year's gone along to where they're playing at a pretty high level right now?
Well, I think we let one get out the gate the other day on us, but I think for the most part our guys have just improved. I think they've grown up a little bit as we've gone along, game by game, understanding some of the concepts and those kind of things. But, I would credit to their work habits and their effort and preparation, and I think too just game experience, like understanding situations and not just being lines on paper, and so I would give them all the credit. And we still, you watch the videotape every day, and we still have a lot of things to get better at. We're playing better, but we're not playing great defense yet, but that's still the goal for sure.
Jon, I know oftentimes in the past you've talked about getting takeaways as something that's kind of like that snowball, and it seems like that's rolling pretty well for you now, particularly in terms of interceptions. And
Right.
We asked Bo about that, and you just said maybe it's just some experience, but younger guys are getting in on it too.
Right.
I can explain. I mean, you're tied for third national,
Yeah.
and you get a big one whenever you need it.
Yeah, you can't explain it because everybody does it. We've done it the same here. We do a turnover circuit like everybody does, been doing it, and our guys are just kind of making it happen. We're able to get in the right place at the right time, and we've had some guys, opportunistic, made some great plays on some balls, some good awareness of what's happening and what the routes and the plays are. So I think a lot of it's preparation. And then again, we focus like crazy on it. I mean, it's a big deal here. And, Coach Campbell, it starts with him from the top. I mean, every day is there's periods dedicated to taking care of the football and getting the football back.
Coach, defensively, I think you guys had 6 or 8 tackles for loss down at Baylor on Saturday. Can you explain the importance of being able to continue to get pressure and create negative plays?
Well, the biggest part of it is if you can get it in the early downs, it makes it a little bit easier. I don't know if easy is a good word. You get more to choose from when you're calling third down defenses. Obviously, the further that ball is away from the next first down, it helps you out, schematically and some things that you can do. Obviously, winning first and second down and getting some tackles for loss in the run game and some different things. Again, the chains get a little bit longer, and you got some more things to pull from. Once it gets, it's second down and short, it's open season for an offense, and those are tough battles to battle. We still weren't quite as good on first down as we'd like to be. That's a work in progress, and we're going to have to be, again, this. I told our guys in defense, this is no forgiveness November, man. There's no do-overs. There's none of that. We've got to be sharp at everything we do.
Jon, in what ways are freshmen better to play immediately or contribute immediately than in the past?
Well, I think it's preparation. Randy, I think guys that are in high school now look forward to that. So I think the training level's gone up. I think they're training with their high school teams. I think they're going to special trainers. They're working on speed. They're working on strength. They're playing some 7-on-7 in the summers. But I think most of all, I think the high school coaches are getting them ready to do that. And I think it's kind of a plan now for a younger guy. Man, I want to graduate in December, or I want to go get to the school early. And so I think the high school coaches are first and foremost the most important people in the process, because they're allowing some of that to happen. And then I think the players are, man, that's something I want to do academically, physically, mentally. And I just think they've pushed themselves to do that. Is it a great, we have guys that came here in June that are helping us play. So, is there a big difference? I don't know. We couldn't do that. I don't have that study, but I think just the high school preparation by the high school coaches, to me, is probably the biggest impact.
Coach, how integral to success is Jeremiah Cooper and Malik Verdon?
Well, again, those are guys that have been in the program, been in this defense for a while. So you get experience with those two guys. Not tons of playing. They've had their difficulties with some injuries along the way in their career, but they've been here through the whole process. So, they're great learners. They love the game. They love the process of the game. Like, they're the guys that study the film and have the awareness and do all those things. So that part of it, to me, is not surprising that those guys are helping us, have some success. Appreciate y'all. Thanks.